The best lenses you can find for under $150. Number 1, the 35 f1.8G DX. It's lightweight and affordable. This is the ideal lens if you love doing street photography and portraits. With the f1.8 aperture, it will give you decent bokeh and good low light performance. This lens is great for practicing depth of field techniques, and it's one lens I would highly recommend, especially if you can find one for under $100. I found mine for well under $100 during a sales at my local camera store, and it's one lens that I would definitely highly recommend if you can't find the next lens on this list. And the next lens is the 50 1.8G. This is the legendary Nifty 50. This one was stuck on my old Nikon D90 for nearly a year, and this is also my third copy, and I'm not gonna sell it anytime soon. It's an excellent lens for portraits and street photography, and the f1.8 aperture is amazing, and you can really separate your subject from the background with this lens if you really want to get that 3D look. The bokeh is really amazing on this lens. Number 3, the Sigma 10-20. This is an ultra wide lens that's excellent for landscapes and real estate photography. The focal range is very fun and can definitely give you a very unique perspective too. These used to be $300 to $400 used, and now you can find them for well under $150 in the used market, depending on the condition it's in. But most of them I have seen under $150. So this one gets to be on the list. Number 4, the Tamron 17-50 f2.8. This is probably the one lens I would recommend for beginners just because of how much you can learn with it. A constant f2.8 aperture means that you get the f2.8 aperture at all focal lengths. It's very ideal for portraits, events, low light situations, and much more. It's a very versatile lens. Last but not least, number 5, the 62.8D macro lens. This classic macro lens is a seriously underrated lens. I can see why so many photographers suggested it, especially if you have the Nikon DSLR with the autofocus screw. It's an excellent lens to get very detailed close-up shots, so if you're taking a picture of a coin or a very small object, this is the lens to get. It's great for product photography and for portraits as well. It's excellent for beginners that really want to explore the macro and portrait photography world. So those are probably the best lenses that you can find for under $150 depending on the condition these lenses are in. If you have other lenses you'd recommend, let others know in the comments. And if you're a beginner, I would recommend the 17-50 f2.8 lens, as it's the lens I wish I would have started out with. The next one would be the 62.8 macro lens. As I said earlier, it's very fun for getting close-up shots of coins and small objects and product photography. I have done more in-depth reviews of these lenses on my channel, so check it out if you'd like a more complete review of these lenses. And if you know any other lenses under $150 that I didn't have on this list, let me know in the comments, because I would love to know what lens you got for well under $150, because those comments are the ones I'd love to read.